All right, guys, it's first and goal, guys, and it's Super Bowl Sunday, the last football game of the year. All right, and didn't want to go too much far into the introductions. I'm just hyped. Today's Super Bowl Sunday. Today's the biggest sporting event of the year. Okay, this is the day that when you're gonna have hardcore fans and casual fans sitting in a living room or in a bar. All right, watching the football game, the halftime show, the celebration, the trophy. Okay, man. All right, so we have the LA Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, we had a feeling that the Rams had a good possibility of coming into this game. Into this season, possibly hosting the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl is in Inglewood, in LA, in SoFi Stadium, which looks so fly. All right, I want to go to that stadium so bad, along with Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, but that's neither here nor there. The Rams are hosting the Super Bowl against the Cincinnati Bengals, who's a team that going into this season, I believe they were like a plus 3,000 or 5,000 to even make the Super Bowl. Okay, so it was a huge anomaly for them to even make it, but they're led by their quarterback Joe Burrow, who completed his first full season. All right, last year he did play, but he ended up getting hurt. I forgot what week that was, but he ended up tearing his ACL, cutting his season short. And in one full season, all right, he has transformed. He has the weapons. He has T. Higgins. He has Jamar Chase, who won Offensive Rookie of the Year, like I said in a previous video earlier this year. All right, yes, Marco, I called it. All right, put some respect in my name. They also have Uzama, who might be ended up playing, and then you have Tyler Boyd, and along with Joe Mixon in the backfield. But yes, guys, Cincinnati is here. Is here. They're in the Super Bowl, led by Joe Burrow. Their offensive line is very, very trash. All right, they're gonna have a lot of problems. I'm telling you right now, trying to defend Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, and you're gonna have to deal with Von Miller. Those are three great pass rushers right there. It's gonna give a lot of time. It's gonna give good possibilities of Joe Burrow possibly intercepting the ball. All right, because you're gonna have to deal with Jalen Ramsey. My question is, who is Jalen Ramsey going to cover? I have a strong feeling that he's in the covering T. Higgins. Reason being why T. Higgins is 6'4". All right, he's a bigger receiver. You see in the past that Ramsey does really well against the bigger receivers, like your Mike Evans of the world. Okay, he's done it in the past with Mike Williams from the Chargers. Okay. Any big receiver he tries to take out, okay? Julio Jones, whenever he would face Jalen Ramsey, didn't have the greatest of numbers, okay? And now you're gonna have Ramsey most likely lined up against T. Higgins. I would love to see him lined up against Jamar Chase. My question is, at what point is Coach McVay, or how Skip Bayless calls him, Coach McYay, all right, cover Jamar Chase? Because Jamar Chase, I have a strong feeling he's gonna have a big game. It's either going to be T. Higgins or Chase is going to have a big game. I don't think both of them are going to have a big game. But going with to the Rams side, all right, there's some questions just because Odell Beckham Jr., if you guys have been sleeping on the rock, he is expecting his firstborn child this weekend. All right, it was supposed to happen earlier this week, but for some reason it got pushed back. It's most likely going to end up happening, hopefully not on Super Bowl Sunday. If it is happening on Super Bowl Sunday, Odell has put it out there that he is going to be there in the hospital room, in the waiting room, with his girlfriend, Lauren Wood, expecting their first child, which I highly do respect right there, because think about it. I understand the Super Bowl is a once-in-a-lifetime type of thing, but so is your firstborn child, too. So I love where Odell Beckham is putting his heart at. As for the other receivers, you have Cooper Kupp, who, my God, this guy won the Triple Crown as a receiver. Led him in touchdown, receptions, and yardage. All right, it rarely has been done. I think the last time we have seen it done was Sterling Sharp, and Cooper Kupp is just a monster. All right, I think that he's gonna have a big game too. My question is gonna come down to this: is gonna come down to the offensive line of the Cincinnati Bengals and Matthew Stafford throwing the football, because the offensive line of the Cincinnati Bengals is very, very trash. All right. They have a hard time holding anybody down. Now you expect them to hold down the best pass rusher in football, let alone, Von Miller, who has won a Super Bowl just pass rushing, all right, and sacking Cam Newton in Super Bowl 50, and Leonard Floyd, who's been a good pass rusher in his days with Chicago, and now with the Rams. I think Joe Burrow's going to get sacked a lot, and that's just my fear. As for Matthew Stafford, the reason why I'm fearful is just because Matthew Stafford has bad tendencies. Matthew Stafford is always reluctant to go, make some crazy throw that's gonna cost him the game. All right, he did it. He did it in the NFC Championship. He's done it in the past with the Lions. All right, he's done it earlier in this season. I just think that Matthew Stafford is gonna make one bad throw that's gonna affect the ball game, whether in a good way or in a bad way. All right, I'm sorry, not in a good way. It's gonna affect the outcome of the game in some type of a way. All right, whether it's gonna scare the Rams or it's gonna cost the Rams the Super Bowl. All right. Matthew Stafford, in my opinion, is a wild card because we know Cooper Kupp is going to show up to play. Odell Beckham, if his baby is not born yet, he will show up to play. All right. There's also a little bit of question marks with their tight end, Tyler Higbee. He had the knee injury. Same thing with Uzama. But if we're going to play the depth of the tight ends, I would say that leans more with the LA Rams because that guy Blanton, decent, but the guy from the Cincinnati Bengals, their backup, he can't catch a ball even if it was like a volleyball, a beach ball. All right, this guy has bad hands. He's a good blocker, but he can't catch for what. But guys, I mean, there's a lot of matchups over here that we're gonna have to think about. I mean, you going into this matchup, you would think the Rams should be able to run away with it, but you have Joe Burrow on the other side. Cool, like the other side of a pillow, like my man Stuart Scott used to say. God rest his soul. Joe Burrow, I mean, this guy has ice water in his veins. I mean, I know it sounds very reluctant for me to say it, but I just feel like he reminds me a little bit like Brady. Like, no matter how big the moment is, he doesn't shrink in it. All right, he doesn't let that overwhelm him, and I think that he has the ability to actually win the Super Bowl. Okay, if he wins the Super Bowl, look out, guys, in the AFC, just because you got a murderer row right there. You got Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson. Okay, I don't really count Mac Jones because I think he's just part of more of a system over there. All right, I have high praise on Zach Wilson. I think he could be a good quarterback in years to come. All right, Deshaun Watson, we don't know about his situation, but he's another good quarterback too. If you have Joe Burrow winning the Super Bowl, I mean, why, if you're a free agent like Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson, you would want to even go to the AFC? All right, you would just want to stick in the NFC at that point. We have to deal with that, Matt. We have to deal with Joe Burrow if you're the Rams, okay? But keys to victory for the Rams: pressure. You want to sack Joe Burrow. You want him to make mistakes. And then also you're gonna want to like limit how many times Joe Burrow is gonna be able to get the ball, because we saw in the AFC Championship game, even though Patrick Mahomes had a 21-10 lead, all right, going into halftime, it just simply wasn't enough. They were leading at one point 21-3, all right, and it just showed that that the Bengals were able to come back. So no matter how big of a lead it is, it's gonna be clock management. And let's see if Coach McVay is gonna be able to, utilize this Super Bowl better than what he did in his first attempt. And he's also facing his predecessor, Zac Taylor. Okay, so he should be able to have an idea on how Zac Taylor's gonna coach this football game. And now, who has more to lose, in my opinion, in the Super Bowl? I think it's going to be Coach McVay, because think about it. Coach McVay, if he loses to to Zac Taylor, all right, a guy that was coaching under him, it's one thing to lose to Bill Belichick. It's another thing to lose to somebody that you had on your staff and then beats you, okay, after they weren't even expected to make the Super Bowl this year, and they just turned things around, all right? I think if a loss to the Rams happens, this would actually be a big, also another stain to Matthew Stafford, just because Matthew Stafford left Detroit, comes to LA, all right, and if he loses the Super Bowl, we're going to think that, he just was never able to get over the big hump. And it just shows that, that his time in Detroit was just, a carryover from LA. But yeah, guys, that's my takes of what's going to end up happening. Final score, in my opinion, because my dog is barking downstairs, I want to say my heart says Bengals, my mind says Rams. I think Rams win it, give or take 31-26 Rams. But if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to admit it. Until then, guys, I am Flavo Oriana. Thank you for tuning in to First and Goal. All right, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, until then, guys, enjoy the Super Bowl. Have fun, and can't wait for the halftime show too, guys. See you guys. Peace.